Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Big Massive Podcast with me, Ronan Boyle, along with
Niall Cook.
Cook. And ladies and gentlemen, because this is episode 101, we may as well segue into room 101 and the being of my life. The guest today,
Europe.
Brian Forbes.
Hello there. Hello, everybody.
The being of my life.
I'm actually came along today, Forbes, because I actually had some serious questions for you.
I know, bother at all. I hope they're not too difficult or anything like that.
No.
It's a Sunday.
They're right up your street. I was listening to the radio during the week. They were talking about the foreword that Michael D. Higgins wrote in his new book.
Yes.
About everybody should join a trade union.
Aye.
And they had somebody on talking about somebody saying that the main demographic of 16 to 34-year-olds want to be in a trade union. And then they had some other cunt on talking about how HR advocate for the worker. And in my experience in 42 years, that's the biggest load of fucking shite I have ever. Have you ever went to HR and they were on your side?
They train HR managers on the moon because they're a different fucking animal.
100%.
They're a different species. They're a sure cunts.
Nah.
I've never met a decent one yet, and I've dealt with them for 35 years.
But your man was trying to say HR think they're money managers and advocate on the side of the manager,
No.
not the worker. And that's my experience for all the fucking years I've ever...
You see, the craftiest ones would let people lull them into a false sense of security, letting on that they're for them, when in actual fact they're evil bastards.
Yes. The money isn't.
There's actually like
fucking
memes out there where you have to go tell your joke of face to face to HR.
Yeah, because what was your job for 35 years?
I'm a trade union official. I'm still kind of dabbling at the dark arts of trade unionism, I was a.
Where's your main office? The golf club, or what was you working at?
I'm actually between two. I'm actually between Christie's and the golf club.
Anybody doesn't know what's two pubs?
Watering holes.
He was saying to me when I was leaving the house, his wee girl said, you've got a family now, remember that?
She did. She says to me, "Oh, Daddy, please. Daddy, remember your family." I says, "Fuck up and sit down and eat your dog food."
I know. Chain her back to the
Chain
radiator.
her back to the radiator. But no, sure.
What age is she?
Oh, she's
7.
20 odd. 20 odd. But she'll kill me for saying that anyway. But no, I started off. I left school at 16. I went to London.
With just GCSEs then?
I haven't. I'd never done anything at all. I done 12 GCSEs, but I left them all early. Like I didn't.
You didn't sit the exams?
No. So I'm highly intelligent, but not academic.
What's his levels up right there? Sounds lower than us. You're highly intelligent then?
Oh, hugely.
Oh, there we go.
So I started off. I went to my uncle.
Lovely.
And he lived in Florida. That's better there, isn't it?
That's better, isn't it?
I like the sound of my own voice.
So your uncle touched you, what were you saying?
He trained me.
Something happened to you, Brian, early on. First of all, let's get over that because
He worked-
to be a
This is actually true,
Right.
He worked in waterworks in Florida, and he actually did genuinely train dolphins.
To do what? Blowjobs?
And so there was a lad. I told that the lad one time, and he says, he was a Dublin fella. Dublin lads aren't particularly bright. I don't know if you're aware of that, right? But I thought he would catch me out. We're sitting at the bar, and he goes, "I'll get that bastard dolphin training." He says, "And what do dolphins eat?" I said, "Fucking fish, you stupid Dublin bastard."
Fucking.
I know. But sure, I went to St. Coleman's too, mine.
So I was there too.
What a horrible shithole of a place. I hated
hated it
every
too.
fucking
So
day.
did
of it. I hated every.
I liked it.
Did you?
Because you don't want to know why he liked it. He was the bully.
Oh, was
No,
I?
it
You know,
wasn't.
Well, I
it
got
was
bullied now.
Exactly. So
I was a wee fat boy.
These were two piffs.
I was a wee fat boy,
bringing the gay into it again.
but I was a clever wee fat boy.
You're a crafty fat boy.
Because I used to buy 2 quarters of cola cubes and put them in 2 different pockets for the bullies when they got the one and I got the other one.
The bag that you spat on.
The bag that I licked all the sugar at. I might have been up in the Dole one time. Tommy Forbes. I had an office there for a while as well.
You did?
It was bigger than the manager's office. He was shit scared of me, like he really was. But I called Morris Lee and I hope no, he's not dead.
He's dead, the bastard.
There was
And if he's listening to this now, he hopes you're dead.
I don't hope he's dead. He was nice. He was But
Moving along.
moving along.
There's always plenty of people should be.
There was one time Tommy Forbes, and I swear to God, Tommy Forbes. I don't know if you know him. He's a cook. He's not a chef, right?
He's not a DJ, is it?
Tommy's got 100 jobs.
Tommy's 100 jobs, and he's soon to be the mayor of Strabane and whatever
deserves
else.
the post too.
Tommy had a pot of curry that never emptied. 30 years he had that pot of curry, and all he did was put water on it.
It was just a juice.
It was just a juice, like, and very little fucking chicken. And one day we were on. And I used to always go on behind, and steal things and stuff, like, and eat stuff I shouldn't have been eating and all. And there was a bag of bonbons. Is that what you call them?
Lovely.
White
Bonbons
ones?
even?
Bonbons.
Bonbons.
I took 3 of them out, sucked all the white off them, and put flour on them, Tommy's flour, put them back in, and offered them to the women who were sitting having their cup of tea. And then I waited for a couple of minutes. They all ate them, and then I said, I sucked the white off them and I put flour on, and 2 of them threw up into their mouths.
Looking at you too.
Hey, do you know what? That's a fucking running theme in the golf club. You're probably aware of this story for a few weeks back. Someone that was quite drunk in the bar, and he ordered a burger. He went to the toilet, and the boys put a beer mat under his burger. And he came back. And he ate every single bite.
I've seen boy outside the chip eating the packet of the fucking chips instead of the polystyrene.
He didn't even know. They had to tell him later on that day. They put a beer mat for every bite.
Well, it doesn't say much for the food up in the golf club.
Settle down there,
Did you ever see them
Connolly.
bars?
Settle down there, Connolly.
You're going to be barred from another pub.
I know.
Do you ever see the boys at the bars that have like beach theme and they have nuts?
No.
Fucking gulp Sam there again.
Sorry, man. Jesus.
Beach theme.
So you have the beach theme, but they've like wee bowls of nuts all around the place. But you'd never eat them, like.
Oh, fuck.
See, the many people in Strabane that don't wash their hands is on. That's a hang Strabane. What's that about? I actually learned it in Derry.
I don't pee in my hands, but
the tech in Derry.
I don't wash my hands on top.
I
don't pee in my hands.
I wash my hands before
You
I
hold
go
your
to
dick.
I wash my hands before I go to the toilet.
Where's your dick?
Dick's in there being warm and moist and whatever, dancing all night or whatever.
So is your pocket. So you wash your hand every time
Do you ever do a pee and a wee bit of pee comes out in your pants?
No.
Fuck up.
You're
only saying that now.
You two are a lot older than me, like.
Did you ever drink
You've
Guinness?
never dribbled.
Did you ever drink bottled Guinness?
Answer.
Here, I've got a wee video about it. This explains it perfectly here.
We've all had the wee drop. So what I'm saying is down there's not wide clean now. So here, ladies and gentlemen, Niall Cook does not wash his hands after pissing.
No, and if I come out of the...
What about if you do
I'm
shite?
going to watch the
What if you do shite and you wipe yours?
I'm going to do what?
Would you wash your hands after shite?
Aye, because you always get shite in your fingers, like.
No, you don't. So
Right,
you're saying you don't get piss in your
not-
pants, but you get shite in your fingers?
I hear that.
No, I don't.
Man, we don't do that. We only wash our hands if someone else is in the bathroom. And we might not even do that. We might just turn on the water and look back. Like, is he looking? Or
Strabane.
is he watching me fake wash my hands? Sometimes you even want to tell the dude, like, yo, you don't gotta wash them. I'm not judging you.
If there's somebody there, I'll pretend to wash them.
I pee on your hand.
What I've done a lot is I would wash just one hand. I would just give the fingers. That was holding the 4 fingers and the fist. I would just the whole hand washed.
Do you not think that a lot of the pubs in the town have toilet roll? It's like fucking clean your hallway cobwebs.
Yes. Oh, aye.
And
You just clean through, like.
That's why the fingers go through, because that's most of the time. Because I'm going to go.
Do you ever have to go for a shite and you have to clean the toilet before you get on it, and it's just everybody else's fucking pisses?
I don't know.
See,
too
no,
much
There's
about
toilets
that.
you just can't shit in. You just look in and go, "Why
No. If there's piss all over the toilet, I'll clean it. Because I don't want the person coming behind me thinking that was
What
me.
would you?
I have a thing about that, man. I don't want someone coming
Why are you
thinking...
in the cubicles if you're not doing shits?
I'm pissing. Like, if the cubicles are ticking, I go on, there's piss everywhere, I'll clean it.
Sounds like you're taking drugs.
Then I'll wash my hands.
You know what I mean, doesn't? And they're taking fucking cocaine.
I know,
I'll
but
still clean the toilet if I'm only okay.
But no, there's levels of piss on the seat that I wouldn't go near anything that might drip through and soak my. I don't want to touch other people's pee. That's all I'm saying.
You just wash your hands there, but...
See,
Speaking
you don't.
speaking of pish, what about Niall Blee?
He's just fucking.
Aye.
What is?
We haven't-
What is?
Do you know what? There's actually a question from Niall Blee, and it's actually a very good one.
Blee to me, right? Blee looks like the boy that would say sorry when he comes. Hasn't he?
It looks like Dan Aykroyd.
He looks like a boy that would apologise to a
He's
woman.
got a wee touch of...
Coming, like.
I'm sorry about that.
Sorry!
Why 30 seconds on that? Shit! And 20 seconds of that was him riding on going, fuck, does she know yet?
Just getting smaller and smaller.
Just getting looser.
I mind Blee. I heard a story about Niall way back years ago now. This is
True, anyway, whatever it is.
all it does. I don't tell lies. I'm a trade unionist. So Blee was away on holidays with a mate of mine, and a boys' holiday, and
Stephen?
I can't say who it was. I'm not going to repeat names to protect the innocent.
Does it rely me Fanning?
Hey, but Blee... I'm not going to mention names, but Niall Blee
There was a bit of shenanigans going on anyway one night. When I mean shenanigans, you know what I mean, Cookie, you're a man of the world and all that there. So anyway, Blee wasn't there, and Blee was like the Reverend Fowler of the group. Like, he would,
because he doesn't drink and stuff.
Oh no, he was like the Reverend Fowler, and whatever was going on anyway, Blee heard it. He was in the room next door, and he burst through the door and he said, "What the fuck's going on in here?" And this particular gentleman stood up on his knees and said, "Riding Blee, that's what's going on in here."
I think there's something about that.
That's absolutely 100% true. And ever since then,
Was it horse riding or what?
I just listen,
stormed on the stable.
Whatever it was. I don't know.
Blee said, "Move over, son."
With the ginger flashlight out.
Niall was affronted, just wasn't he?
Oh no, I was
disgusting.
Niall was an altar boy. He was 28.
I know.
So he was.
I know. He was looking to get footed.
He sung in the choir and all.
I wouldn't.
A choir boy.
Oh, aye.
No, he was.
I used to run Leaf Strabane Chapel.
Just when we're on Blee, it was like, we'll just go to Blee's question.
Go.
I would like to thanks Brian for being the voice of Strabane employees when it was needed most. No one champions the voice of workers or represents their rights quite like Brian. Just one question: why are you unemployed?
Why did you get sacked? He maintained you were sacked.
Well,
discuss.
Unfortunately, I had to sign a non-disclosure agreement with my previous employer.
Right. Is that where you got the big?
I didn't get anything like what some people think I got.
Oh,
in fact, I'm now busted, which is why I'm here. I'm trying to hear myself on a podcast.
To
do something else.
You're an independent boy now, but you do freelance stuff.
I help people.
Were you sacked?
No,
Aye.
no, I wasn't. No, I took voluntary redundancy, but and I loved working in the trade union.
That voluntary redundancy is like we all know.
They wanted rid of me, and I wanted rid of them. I don't know if that makes sense.
Good
I didn't want to have to drive up and down to Dublin, lads. I've done it for 19 years.
Every day.
Well, first 9 months I did it, and then up and down on a Monday morning or Sunday night and back up on a Thursday.
Would you stay down? I stayed down.
I stayed down the whole week.
You couldn't have been up and down that road every day.
No, I went down. I think it was about 37 when I went down. It was grand then, like, you were out, you were gallivanting and you were messing about and doing what you had to do. But see, once you turn 50 odd. No, none of that. I'm a family man.
Shenanigans.
I'm a
Christ,
family
he's
man.
got family listening, isn't he?
Sorry,
I'm a family man. Like I always have been. When I say shenanigans, I mean sort of drinking and acting the bollocks and stuff like that. There, like.
Yeah.
And
always something to do down there.
So
it doesn't sleep like.
Big time. And I go to church.
Go sightseeing and all.
Oh, I do. I used to.
So why did you get sacked?
What?
What did you get sacked for? I was thinking, how
I got sacked for being unbelievably brilliant.
That's what every employer hates.
Do you get pulled now by Facebook if you write cunt?
No.
Oh, hey.
Do you?
Our last one, fucking Yum sent it to me, Connor. Our last one was, we've got the blue thing now, COVID. Because maybe we got stuck into COVID. So on Spotify now, we're labelled as
fact checking.
Click this button if you want to learn more about COVID-19.
What? Well, sure, what do we say about COVID?
Maybe got stuck on that. Me, you and Blee.
I can't be.
Yeah. It must have been a lie.
Did it even happen? COVID was it was like a fucking box set, wasn't it? A fucking Walking Dead.
What about the fucking mess now that's going on? Four prime ministers, 4 chancellors, 4 fucking everything, like in the last a months, like everything's
madness.
We just need a new Ireland, don't we?
A 32 county socialist republic in Ireland, yes.
Yeah.
Not just see, The problem I have at the minute with politicians and stuff is that they take a 32 county Ireland, even if Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil were involved.
No.
And even if, like, you know, the DUP were involved in the north, that's not going to be any good to anybody.
It needs to be a whole new slate.
Has to be a brand new slate, cleaned,
Yeah.
and everybody starting.
And
from
everybody's
scratch.
included.
Everybody's included except for the Orange Men.
Uh-huh.
And, everybody included, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Men, women, children.
Blee?
Yeah, gingers, yep.
Gingers in? Right,
Yeah, no, we'll get them in.
We'll get them all in. We'll be inclusive.
I
We'll
like
bring everybody in.
I have to say, I do have high regard for them.
I think unionists would have more power in a United Ireland.
They would, surely.
On all Ireland.
The funny thing about it is you don't realise it till you go down and live and work in Dublin. There's more Protestants in Dublin than you can shake a stick at, and they don't
And
give
it's not
a
an
fuck.
issue.
They don't give a fuck about
Like when you
religion
think
or
Graham
anything.
In
Norton,
rural Dublin, just all
Like,
fucking
I'm
Protestants.
when
I'm
you
an
think of Graham
atheist,
Norton,
like-
you don't think Protestant Catholic is a Protestant. Like you just think Irish.
I'm an
West
atheist.
Put-
Like he wears poppies. He wears a poppy, and so does
Well-
Roy Keane.
So see if you were offered a gig,
Aye,
a proper,
yeah,
good money,
aye.
and it would do your career so much.
Aye.
Would you wear the poppy?
What a fuck.
Oh!
Well, do you know what? I was thinking about it recently, just the James McLean stance, and I think I would take the same stance.
But aye, he's did that from.
He done from the dot, aye.
He played for Northern Ireland Anders, didn't he?
Do you know that it's only since 2012 that Premiership footballers were wearing poppies on their shirts? Like,
There's
it's
a
only
few
a new
players that don't
phenomenon.
do
Like,
it and they don't talk about it.
no, this is only a recent thing. It's only in the last 10 years that poppies have become fashionable, and it's all about fucking charity. It's all
It's
about
going back into the army.
It's going back. It's the fucking funnel it all back into that British Legion or
Yeah.
whatever you call them, and the armed forces and everything else. It's a load of bollocks.
Aye,
Yeah,
it should.
well,
It should be. It should
it's
be
war.
asked.
His stance-
It's war porn.
His stance is he's from the Craig and Bloody Sunday, Brit shot the fucking. He can't abide by it, and like he couldn't go honestly back into the Craig after wearing a poppy, which is probably
Big Day City fans. You know, there's so much.
Were you in the raw cookie?
no.
No, I wasn't either. Like,
We asked.
I was asked twice, so I was, and I was breakdancing at the time.
Right.
And I
Did you
was-
were you the breakdance, Chris?
Aye. But
Where did you
I come to
train?
the conclusion, before I come to the breakdancing, I come to the conclusion that there was more touts in IRA than there was in the All-Ireland final.
You've
I
been
just like
wanting
to say,
to.
anybody watching that, I do not take that stance.
I
You
do.
said that.
Oh, I Jesus
Tell 'em,
Christ,
tell 'em,
it's
tell
not...
'em.
Forbes, the Rat tried to kill somebody at the weekend in Strabane.
That's not the Rat.
And you're taking.
That's the real... well,
The new year, though,
and there's no
that
such
kept
thing
them.
as dissidents either, lads. That's a load of nonsense.
What's our stance on the weekend there, guys? Strabane is mad as fuck.
To be fair, it wasn't
know who's
happening,
loving
but I
it?
can...
You know who's absolutely loving it? The unions. And they're all over Twitter going, there you go. IRA still supported by Sinn Féin or trying to kill police officers. And then
think-
it wasn't that long ago they were saying, and it's a two-tier force with Protestant second-class citizens.
I would condemn it, like, but I would also look at the context of it all as well. You know, what's the dividend? What's the peace dividend? What have people got?
What are you going to get out of it?
What has Strabane got? Like, we're still one of the highest unemployment black spots in Europe.
I hope it stays like that too, because
That's
I
the-
use it in material
Aye,
for a lot of
but
stuff.
you know what about Strabane? That's one of the things I used to say about Strabane is we're good at fuck all but unemployment. And there was one year a fucking French, I can't remember where it was, near the Pyrenees somewhere, right? But they became the unemployment black spot of Europe. And we got it back the next year.
Yes.
And we were going, fucking yes.
Aye.
Some of that,
That's
you
because we're all
French
doing the double. No, that was the way.
Aye. No,
You
it
can't,
was
you can't
like,
get away with doing the double.
Do you know what? Like when I hear about it, you're all like, oh, and then like you see them going door to door for attempted murder, and you're like, fuck, like they try to murder somebody. Like
There was a tripwire I heard, so imagine a Wayne was running down that street.
no, I condemn it. Like you have to condemn it, but it's foolhardy. Like you know, and it's dangerous, but
What's there-
reckless. But you have to also take it in the round as well. Like you
What
know,
is there?
but as the war's over, like them boys aren't fighting for fucking like. You know, back then, but the people that done that's not getting oppressed or they're not getting their houses raided by the fucking Brits every weekend. Like, what are
Well,
they
they
doing
would
for?
say they are.
They are. You see, that's part of the problem.
They can't drive down the town without getting pulled in. Like you see
Correct.
them all the time getting searched
Correct.
and pulled in, videos and the whole lot.
Still,
Yep.
Oh, aye.
No.
Aye.
Raided the whole lot. Sure, it's even more so because there's a smaller group to intensify on. back then everybody was in the fucking res.
What do you mean?
And
what do you mean intensify?
I don't know big
on?
words you see. So
Intensify on.
put more intense pressure on a small group of people.
Intensify.
It's a new word, ladies and gentlemen. Stick it down or add it the next year.
Ronan,
Do you mean,
facts.
do you mean
Facts.
concentrate?
Concentrate. Do you know what? You should come on every pod and just get me right, because he's dopey too, and he tries to. He can't even spell.
So,
through.
boys,
Well, in fairness to him, he opened with a very intellectual.
It started good, didn't
I
it?
know he did. No, in fairness, and Cookie, and thank you for attempting to be intellectual and
Interject.
academic, like you know. But
I know.
but boys, like the level of madness.
I
is
kind
so
of
bad.
moved, but I kind of moved very quick from academia
Aye.
to shiting,
And that's me at
and
work.
not washing your hands, pushing.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
And we'll get to the gay stuff.
That is me at work. I would sit down and I'd try and be as intelligent. As
Have you ever had sex with a man, Farby?
No,
You've kissed me, but a couple of
I
times.
have. I've kissed a man.
But boys, like, did you see that? Did you see this morning the guy walking
Fucking
around?
video of it.
The guy walking around Instagram with the deer's head in the wheelbarrow.
A deer's head in a wheelbarrow? No.
So there was a deer knocked down in Rafo and somebody cut its head off, and the boy was walking around Strabane there last night with. There's a video of him walking around.
Drinking?
No, he's just walking with a wheelbarrow with a deer's head.
Is that the boy that fucking he tried to sell me fucking 8 legs of fucking venison? 8 legs of venison, and I says it's fucking 2 deer.
Then. Did it look like you had a white horn on him?
What is this a true story?
It is.
Like, are you making this?
Oh, there's videos. You'll see them on WhatsApp today. So we tried to kill the cops on Thursday, and we killed the deer, and we're walking around in fucking.
Did you ever see
Strabane.
the video of the bouncers breaking up a fight outside Katie Daly's, or what do you call it now? Fucking hijacks. It looks like a big cannon, and somebody the video on it, and just when they were videoing, just some young fellas
the
getting
trolley.
pushed past the trolley.
Strabane's mad.
Strabane in a nutshell, just there you go.
I know. There's a couple of great things on Facebook, and so there's a pub in Chesterfield, I think, as well. If you ever get on the Facebook, and
Oh,
watch.
the girl dancing with the blonde hair.
Oh, even the barman's a wee dwarf walking by it.
Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, every day is a fucking party day. Like, it doesn't matter what day of the week it is, what time of the day. Karaoke's on constant,
Yeah.
24/7.
The mic's just sitting there, just.
See,
I would love a place like
I'm
that.
going over. I
Let's
don't give
go.
a fuck with anybody. I'm going over there.
I bet you that player does well now.
Playing.
Fuck, I went
never
to Billy Kelly, made a man in Liverpool, lives there. He brought me to a bar like that in Liverpool, and it was just fucking, it was $1.50 a pint, you know what I mean, in the middle of the city. Boys with scars and wooden legs and just mental. Just,
I was like that time we were in Newcastle in the centre. Fucking everybody was just taking fucking coke and pills and
That's
Viagra.
the barman shouted an order in this bar. We're doing a campground, or Liverpool accent. Get away! We're doing a campground.
He's from Australia.
Aye. Fucking. Aye. And he was
Good at the
I'm
voices.
sitting there going, I'm unbelievable, fucking accents. Many people join this academy, but only a few succeed. Police Academy.
I know.
Thanks.
You ruined it by having to tell me. Like. But I'm shite at accents too. I have to say, I can't do them.
So yeah, that heck are even funnier when they come out nothing like them.
Aye, they definitely are.
I tried to do the Texan one on me, but it came out Australian again too. Fucking, it'll be alright. As long as you're enjoying yourself.
Hey, isn't that what it's all about?
That's it.
What about Forbes? Been sacked from the comedy too?
Oh, the night it happened.
Where?
You were made redundant. So you were voluntarily made redundant
Excuse
from
me,
the
sorry.
comedy.
If you look at my Facebook page, you'll see that in my bio, I'm a retired comedian. How fucking dare you?
I think.
How very
I
dare
did
you?
think like your
gigs. The
job.
first one
We
I did
wanted rid
brilliant.
of you. You wanted
The
rid
first
of
one you did brilliant. The second one I don't even know you were there.
I was pushed. The second one, you put me on last, first of all, and me and Big
Because
Shay,
you were being a cunt.
I know, but me and Big Shay were out all day on the razzle dazzle, and it's
Standard.
not every day, but it was.
So,
a,
ladies and
it was a
gentlemen, just
Thursday.
to put it into context, what happened was that we were doing an open mic night for people that wanted to try out comedy and newcomers and all. Right? That's all you heard, but every act was up. He was looking at Blee and me and going, "Nah, ma, get her down, get her down." I was like, "What the
I know sexist too as well.
sexist, racist, fattest, gingerist.
Why has he got slanty eyes?
Just everything. No, you're shite. Get down. And then whenever I was going to call him up, he walked out of the room, answered the phone. And then when he was on stage, the wife rang him to see, where the fuck is this boy? I'm on stage, answered the phone and everything. And
No, I heckled myself.
Aye.
So I did.
Your wife heckled you.
My wife heckled me.
The wife heckled you, like. And it was, I'd put a lid straight on open mics. I'll never do one again.
That's it.
Then the last open mic I went to, actually, to try new stuff, I went and picked him up and brought him.
I know why he's mad at there. Yeah.
back at it again. But sometimes you need a wee room, a wee bit of atmosphere. But that was not when I'm involved.
No.
See, I'm only.
No, you were okay because you were able to distance yourself from us and all. You were able to sit away over at the other end of the room and let on you didn't know us.
I'm not on that. I'm just doing my bit.
Aye.
I'm not on. It's not me running it.
It actually killed the open mic night. That's it.
It's dead.
It's Ned. That's put the nail on.
You're all very welcome.
Jesus.
Killed
Do
it.
you know
So
what?
dead.
Do you know what? Probably was worth it. Worth it.
Aye.
Because it just says, get that out
Sure,
of there.
but sure, it was something.
You weren't saying that the next day. You were like,
Do you know,
Next day, I wanted to fucking fight him.
do you know the problem?
I sent him a text. I said, listen, anymore, don't be coming drunk. What about, I said, don't be coming drunk to the next show, senior on the list. He goes, what about the one after? Because I said, no, none. Fuck that. Well, because me and Connor Keys were doing a gig in Crumlin there on Thursday night.
Aye, what was the story?
I've never seen anything like it in my life when it comes to comedy. So it was a mixture of that night of him. So say there was like 4 Brians in the audience.
Oh fuck!
So the crowd, see, this is the difference, and I've only found this out from going on tour. When you go on tour, different people go to tours than go to comedy clubs. People go to comedy clubs as a thing.
Aye.
They go to them all the time. Like you love going to a comedy club.
Yeah.
People go to shows. It's like somebody's coming to town with a show.
So
they don't know etiquette.
I prefer the comedy club.
The comedy club
to the tours, to be honest.
Far better, because I think the place filled with people that they all knew Connor from his podcast, not stand up. So they all thought they're listening to probably when they're listening to the pod, when he's talking, they can talk among themselves or go, did you hear that? No, because that's what they were doing. They told a joke, they were like, did you hear that? A boy actually, Connor had to deal with this boy at the front, constant. And at one stage, Connor says, look up here, because he had the head down now. And your boy got up and walked up onto the stage, thought he was called up to the stage. And Connor's looking at him, and he's looking at Connor, and the two of them are just standing. And the place is packed, like. Then the people on the right were heckling, the people on the left were heckling, and then I went up to 20 minutes first, and mine was brilliant. They were all just ready, settling down. And
you hit the sweet spot.
I hit the sweet spot, went for a break, came back in like 20 minutes later, and they were just ready. But
now you appreciate what you have, Mr. Ban, with the likes of me.
Oh, hi.
No.
Man, but I have to give it out to
That's
Connor
a delusional
Keys.
way to look at it now.
It was one of the best.
I'm going to grasp it anyway.
I have to just shout out to Connor Keys, man. Any lesser comedian would have had a fucking nightmare, because he was meant to do an hour. Like, we did Portrush the week before, and he did 50 minutes, and he was raging with himself because there was 10 minutes missing. He was trying to go, what the fuck did I miss? 52 minutes or something like that. He did an hour and 20 minutes on Thursday night. So he was literally 25 to half an hour of fucking dealing with people, and quick answers and jokes. And
the 50 minutes must be like cadence, is it?
What do you mean?
Like how fast you speak, like the rhythm. Like you can probably squeeze. Like if you talk faster,
I think that you do your hour, you get you have 20 minutes. You get that 3 times, so you know your 20 minutes and move on to the next. But then if you want to make sense of the hour, you have to sort of.
But if there's no applause breaks or it's kind of chilled, like you probably whoop through stuff quicker.
Well,
like
this was
10 minutes could probably go missing easy.
This was people shouting, going to the punchline. Yo! And Connor having to just look at that kid. No. He was coming to the punchline of his last joke. That it's a massive callback and it pulls everything together. Just readily say it, and the barman smashed about 10 glasses. Because they didn't stop serving either. All you heard was Arsenal.
That's the worst.
A few times I had to go, right, people, shh, or not. I didn't even say anything. I just went, shh, trying to get a bit the shush, because there was people that were trying to listen too, but they thought it was party time. You knew it was I remember.
Were they all pushed?
Aye, Saturday night. Wasn't that Thursday night?
Crumlin would be a fucking like a working man,
like a Belfast people and all, like a Strabane that's never had comedy before. I remember we were told that it's going to take a wee while to get people to understand. Like, first 6 months, you get rid of the people. They went for one night and went, right, that's not for me. Do you know what I mean? And then
I still don't like it.
He gets mentioned in every gig.
I still don't like it. I'm like, I just go now.
Just addicted to go.
Just to fucking annoy people. I'm fucking addicted to annoying people.
How do you pick a tour? Like, why did you end up picking Crumlin?
For the children.
So Connor did. You have to take all the crumbs you can get. Fucking hell, hey. No, Crumlin was somewhere Connor did MC the show 6 months ago, and they wanted him back. So he says I'm going on tour. So now he's made it. No, it was a brilliant night. This is the thing. But Connor fucking, I'd say I'd hate to be your arse cheek, sir, because he had it was a lion tame and it was a fight, like. And he was saying that too. Sometimes you have to go on stage and it's a fight with the audience. You're a boxing match, like. And that was, I never seen anything like it.
He's playing Strabane next week.
Wednesday,
Next Wednesday.
You going?
I have tickets for that
good
one.
stuff.
Don't have tickets for the one after. Like,
Shane Todd.
I don't like him.
What?
I don't like him.
He's the fastest sellers of tickets.
That's why I don't like him.
Because he's good? Fair enough.
No, there's no need for it. Like, there's fucking no need for it.
I
I like people like Kieran Franco and people like that there. Who I can,
You're sort of on their level.
Or better.
You moved. And Kieran sent a wee
Welcome,
message.
Kieran.
Kieran sent the couple of boys the RB podcast.
Why do you not go down to the chicken box or somewhere, Forbes, and do we?
So we were down there the other day.
But you weren't up.
No, to me, comedy is...
This will be good.
Some thinking this will be. I'm going to write this down.
Jesus Christ, get a voice note. This is going to be...
Timing.
Was that a joke within a joke? Jesus,
have
was that joke like an onion there? Was there layers?
There you go. Fucking start thinking. People start thinking.
Come on, lads.
You know what I mean?
Get
It's
up
all
there.
about the thinking.
You fucking, that's right. Man, he stole the joke too. What was the joke? I heard it on
there isn't
fucking
a joke
Facebook.
that I tell that's not stolen.
I know.
It's the same as fucking any band that reckons that they've got a fucking song that has never been done before. It's a load of bollocks. Like, there's variations
Do
of...
you know what? There's days I've
How
been...
do you reinvent it? Sound like?
Can't, like, it's impossible.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
Many
you don't
songs. What did they say? There's like 3 chords and.
3 chords in the truth. But do you see comedy, right? To me, it's all subjective in the first instance, right? Not everybody's going to like your humour. Not everybody's going to like yours. Not everybody's going to like the way I do it, right? Bastard. But it is, an art form in itself.
Oh, you have to work at it.
It is, genuinely. And I just don't have the patience for it. Like,
You have the time, but
I know I do. But I would rather sit and do nothing.
and shout.
I would rather sit and do nothing. Right?
You rather enjoy it.
I have turned nothing into an art form.
Just what age
fucking
you know?
Old school fuckaboutery, let's call it. Like, I don't know what the fuck you call it. Like, but
This is an invention.
I have watched The Shield, right? That program, The Shield.
Michael Chiklis?
Non-fucking stop for the last week. About 80 episodes.
Good.
Shite. Because I'm on my phone the whole time. Like, you probably rewind it and all. Like, but anyway, I'm just saying, it's just like, I don't even like reading anymore.
Do you not?
No. And
were you a big reader?
Oh,
The Beano did Andy, which
voracious. I was a voracious reader.
What the fuck's that mean?
Easy.
Do you know what it means?
I do. I did order a book recently there, and it hasn't come yet. Like, it's a book, Stalin, written by a sort of like a more left-leaning sort of. See, he wasn't such a bad lad. Like, when you think back.
I think that's how history tells it.
No.
What's your views on Hitler? He was alright, like.
Well.
Mein Kampf, close to the Bible.
It was a bit of a monster. Speaking about Mein Kampf, the National Party had their conference up in Lough Erne last Saturday. It was a Kimsey.
Who landed they fight them?
The anti-fascists.
Who are they?
I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're videoing this.
But all joking aside, right? It was for people who went up to protest the National Party on a Sunday. It was a fucking Sunday well spent.
Because they all got fucking hospitalised, didn't they?
Look, listen.
You there?
I had went up. I think just to was getting a bite to eat in the restaurant.
Right. Oh yeah,
pheasant. I had pheasant and black pudding starter. Sort of Clonakilty black pudding.
So you were there?
And I was there in body or in soul,
yes,
but I wasn't like. But they cut along.
How to start them?
Well, my understanding of it is right that there was fascists there, and that's just enough. That's enough. Like,
There's the story.
The leader of the National Party here in Ireland, like, and they're nobodies. Like, they're They don't have an elected councillor. They don't have an elected fucking person. They don't have anything, right? And they even fell out. We won another last year and split in half and stuff. But I think their conference was called Holocaust Schmolocaust.
Fuck off.
No, I'm only messing, right?
Jews, schmooze.
Jews or schmooze. But But
Can you? Just DEFCON 4?
Holocaust. Come on, you stupid bastard.
That's what I am.
I was thinking to myself, how do you spell Holocaust?
No,
They're
that's
putting it out there.
stolen as well, of course. But he put a post up recently there online, and it was plagiarised almost word for word from Mein Kampf.
Oh, fuck. So did the fascists get battered, or did they win? Or did the fascists good at fighting?
From what I heard, from a very, very good
Fascists all ended
source.
up in hospital.
Yeah, they say 5 of them ended up in hospital, but apparently
Your man, the leader, was walking around with like guards.
there was 2 women along with the anti-fascists who were assaulted in the first instance
Jesus.
by security guards and
Aye.
stuff. Like,
Their own, not
the
like.
national. I don't know too much about it, to be honest. Like, but I would.
I feel like that's a lie.
I would advocate anybody who is anti-fascist, anti-racist, and who believes in an egalitarian society, to protest the National Party every time they turn up. There's little leaflets and stuff now coming on poster or wee fucking stickers being put on the lampposts and stuff.
Strabane?
Yeah, yep. You know the boy with the dog? He was in the National Party.
I know him, surely.
Do you know him?
The boy with the perm?
The dog.
The dog hadn't a perm, had it?
The dog.
What dog?
The dog.
The dog, fuck you. He was from was he a Kelly Gordon lad?
Right.
I think he was.
I
Can we spell Holocaust? That's what I might call the podcast.
was
Harry
doing-
Potter and the
I was
Gas
doing-
Chamber of Secrets.
I was doing a video of I was pretending I was a clary cowboy. I was doing boys were doing
It was a competition.
competition, clary cowboy competition. I says, man, that's not a great name, you know. For
That was the last time I ever heard of it.
selling fucking, or it was competition for kitchen or a new kitchen or a bath. No, it was like hot tubs and stuff. But nobody wants to hear cowboys or buy anything off it. But I was doing a video. I was walking up the main street of Clary, getting recorded, and I went to go into the bar, and your man that you're on about, Nash or fucking,
Aye.
started looking at me. Goes, "What the fuck you doing with that camera?" I says, "What are you talking about? Don't be recording me." No, he thought.
Aye.
Me wearing a cowboy hat and fucking boots and I was doing a yee-haw bit of crack. He
You were undercover?
He thought I was undercover video, and I was like, fucking, do you know what I mean? He thought that
Remember
in
the-
his world, he thought the camera crews were coming at me here.
Yeah.
Must
I'm
get the
looking,
name
I'm
of
going,
it.
what
There's
the fuck are you
an
talking about?
inherent paranoia inbuilt to these people. Like,
Aye.
I mean, they are genuine fascists now. I mean, I'm not painting it up to be anything that it's not. Their policies are racist.
Aye.
They're anti-immigration. They're
Yeah.
anti-everything. Like any normal fucking decent.
They're just
human
like at
being would-
England's first or whatever.
Something, they're all they didn't lick it off a stone. Like
No.
they got it from fucking the likes of Hitler and others. Like, but they've what
Bring
they've
religion
done is,
into it too, don't
well,
they?
no, they do, but they've wrapped themselves in the green, white, and orange. Like,
Aye.
they've wrapped themselves in the flag, and they quote James Connolly and they quote this, that, and the other. The fuckers, if James Connolly was alive today, he'd shoot every one of them. That's a fact.
Upper eye.
Oh no, well, he wasn't. Like, no, come on now. He was in the Irish Citizen Army.
But in a fun way.
In a fun way up
In a
there.
fun way up the road. Not in a murder and pipe bombs, tripwire kind of way, but more of a
I don't
2
think-
sugars and my tea up around.
I think we got away with that just about there earlier, like, and I don't really want
We
to
were,
go down,
we're going back into it again. This could be us cancelled. You know the way it works. Sacked in the morning.
Cookie's determined.
Of where it'll be the. Well, you said they're fucking the Raz touts. You can't
Oh, they
give-
were when I was growing
If
up.
anybody's getting a shot at you,
Aye, but that was the
I'm saying
original.
hopefully.
That was the original Ra. There was a whole lot of fuck. Like, let's be honest here.
was Terry Boyle tout.
Dennis Donaldson.
See the Brits shooting Terry last day.
Terry,
Terry!
Terry,
Terry!
Butter,
Terry Boyle!
Butter, Terry, is that you, Terry?
That was Unsterman too.
I know it was.
I've seen the wee.
Aye.
That was funny. Well done.
What's that app?
Is that where you spend your days now? Is that part of the
It reminds me
nothingness?
of me when I started the Stravander.
It's between that.
Aye! I was
have
walking in, shouting at the phone.
It's between that and I do a Red Bull blog as well. The blog that gives you wings. It's kind of like a political blog, so I do that as well. So I do maybe 1 or 2 of them a day, even like just to.
And what about your wee
While I'm
character?
watching the Shield.
What do you call the character?
Who Badger?
Badger.
How's it going, everybody? Badger here.
See the way you've got that filter. How did you keep it? Because usually they change filters and you can't get the.
You can save it or something
Oh, can you?
on the phone. But Badger,
You're probably better on the phone than I am, for fuck's sake.
Badger and Tombstone were like invented
During the lockdown?
just for a laugh.
we
People
were white crack.
did gravitate towards.
Can we get
Well,
behind the
Craig.
scenes when you heard
Badger.
Cadillacs and maybe we get stuck into. What was your first thoughts initially?
Did you listen to that podcast?
I thought it was like, I didn't think there was any nuance attached to it. Like, I didn't like
Any subtleties?
There was very little subtlety. I would have much preferred it had you been a little bit more sort of critique. Maybe a critique analysis.
So
I talk about the music and the voice and
rather than Farby's a cunt and that's all he is. He's never going to be anything else but a cunt type thing. Like but like fair play to you. It was it was good.
It was one I almost listened to.
Of course it was, because like
there's nothing more satisfying than getting stuck into somebody.
Correct.
By the throat.
No, I agree. I no problem with it whatsoever. Like the harder you go.
Much was that? That was the wee 50 quid. Used to be another 50 quid.
What?
Yeah, to do the recording, you can go up anytime. Like you weren't asked. You're not a singer.
No, that was Eamon. I went up and done it myself.
What's Eamon's place called?
Eamon.
Right.
He's
Two-tone, was it?
Two-tone recording studio.
Has he moved?
He moved house there not that long ago.
Right, house. So is it studios in the new house, I think?
Well, I don't know if he's got it set up yet.
That was good crack, that song. But then you went and did another one and just ruined everything.
I done Guitar Town. Guitar Man. Was it? Guitar Man by Elvis Presley, written by Jerry Reed. I'll be into me music.
Guitar Man, is that the World Cup?
Guitar Man.
Where can we get this song? Do we just get a wee
I
sample
would prefer you didn't. If I'm being honest.
Is it YouTube or what?
Guitars and Cadillacs.
What? It's not on your page.
Is it? It should be.
I love them looking at the camera every time.
It's not in your videos, like.
No. Probably on Eamon Doherty's, but like to be honest with you, I'm doing a wee kind of like a bucket listy type thing going on, right? So do a video.
Have you not long left, or what ways it working?
Well, some people hope. But just for insurance purposes, no, I'm healthy as an ox.
Are you?
Who knows? But like,
many days you've been.
You can't drink every day and be healthy as an ox.
I'm not drinking every day. I'm drinking. I probably drank about, the units thing. They weren't invented for like.
I didn't work on those.
No,
it's Irish people too. That we've definitely got.
When you walk into the fucking doctors and he goes, right, how many units? You go 80, right? And he goes, oh my god. I says, no, that's the weekend.
But you stick to the beer, don't you?
Oh, I know. I don't drink a halves at all. Like. Well, I did a couple of times in the boiler room because I had to go outside and throw up a couple of times. So
did you?
I did. But
good.
It was handy enough. There was a skip out there, I think. Remember?
Fuck.
I climbed.
Your daughter's listening to this. She must be so proud.
Sure, Kaylee was doing the door one time and she was collecting money and every time they broke into the.
What's her name?
Who?
Your daughter?
Emily.
No,
Emma.
Oh, you don't. That's.
Do you mind down at
Ems?
We Ems.
Do you mind down at the?
Does she listen or?
She prefers not. Listen, she'll be up now, hiding under the covers of the bedroom, like. But do you mind your man asking me what my name was down in the chicken box?
Aye. And the whole night then, and he didn't catch on to because he was pretending he was.
You must have told him about 20 times. He still called me Jim.
So he called himself Jimman, and your man was going. Trying to. So I written big writing in my head. His real name's Brian. So that would have came across if he was saying, hold on a minute. He could have done Brian and we would have got the crowd. Everybody went, how the fuck? But he didn't see it. No. It didn't work.
You know about Brian, right? This is a true story. Again, a genuinely true story, right? And it's told by a friend of mine who's originally from Lifford. There was a lad went down to the pub in Lifford. I think it was the fucking Erin at the time. And there was a trophy sitting up high in the thing, right? And your man comes on, he's sitting at the bar and he's drinking away, he's looking up at the fucking trophy and he goes to the barman and he says, who the fuck's Brian of Lifford? And your man goes, huh? He says, who the fuck's Brian of Lifford, right? Oh no, he says, that's Jimmy fucking Swaggart or whatever, right? He won that 30 years ago. He says, that's been there ever since. He says, that's Brian of Lifford. He goes, no, it's not, it's fucking Brian. And it was Brian of Lifford in the fucking trophy. For 30 years, Brian of Lifford sat in the fucking Erin bar up as a trophy for some poor cunt. And not one being...
I'm the Brian of Lifford.
Not one being fucking
Brian
spotted it. Except this boy came in and looked up and seen it and said, fucking hell. So I could be Brian of Strabane.
Yeah, you should be.
Brian Boss.
The Brian of Strabane. Nicky McCallum wants to know.
Aye.
Forby versus the Tow Bar. Will there be a rematch?
Oh, yeah, well, no. that was an accident.
I'll put the video up on my socials just for people that don't know. But
I
Farbury was leaving a watering hole that he used to always frequent for about 30 years. Now he's barred for fighting an 80-year-old man. But
He's
we'll not talk 83, and he won.
Well, it was a draw.
It was a draw.
It was like
So, but
they
you didn't
pulled
win
him
against the two-bar.
They pulled him off me. What?
So what happened is... This is the part where the doors lock. The
video starts.
tops come off. So what happened, ladies and gentlemen, is Brian was leaving his bar, but
You walk behind a car.
he walked behind a car, tow bar, tripped, went straight across the road. But the funny part was when he got up and thought he wasn't seen. Brushed himself down, did the old look about, and then moved on.
Probably one of the most painful things you can do as a man is hit your shin bone off the tow bar.
I have to say it was really painful.
But you can't let nobody know at the time.
I was called tow bar for about 6 months in the bar, and then
Stramatter threw out a wee
of course,
bit.
I put the theme tune to the Fall Guy on it.
I did.
You did. That's who it was. Cold Savers. Aye.
And then every time he fell, slowed it down. No, you may jump a tower, bridge, or steal a brand new car.
Shaka.
So there'll be no rematch. We'd love to see a rematch.
Aye.
The others.
Well, I would like to
The
see
only
it.
disappointing part of that for a lot of people in the town was that there wasn't a fucking articulated lorry coming round at the particular time. I was lying prostrate across the ground.
That would have been good. That would have been a video.
A lot of people would
That would have went viral there.
I would have went.
And what about you and the 83-year-old?
video nasty.
What about a rematch there? Is that done and dusted? Or
He's dead now, I think. For fuck's sake.
pacemaker?
To be honest with you, like, right, you know, I only fight octogenarians plus, right, and it's something that I feel very strongly about, right.
It's a passion.
Yeah, it's not, I wouldn't say much.
My
say
man always
passion,
told me
right?
never bully the strong and hard. You know,
There's all these.
Bully down the ways.
Of course.
the weak and useless.
See, as I said earlier, like I was a fat wee fella at school and stuff, like, you know, so I've grown up, like, you know, knowing what my prey would be. An octogenarian plus is really where I'm at the minute, like, you know. And
Oh, you do seek.
Fat as an ox.
I would,
Sick.
if I was pushed.
What did you fall out about?
I would go for somebody that was maybe in a wheelchair or something, but I wouldn't be 100%.
I would say you don't know what you fell out with because just because
Fell out with him. I fell out with him because I tweaked his nipple.
Right, too hard.
It wasn't. It was just the fact I tweaked it.
I landed in that bar one day.
Aye, but were you being a cunt then right up to that? Then
Aye.
tweaked.
See, he doesn't know.
No,
Yeah.
that's not.
I landed him one day. to get
Sometimes
him.
I don't know either.
And I was-
And then there was things happened then after that and all, like, you know, where you know,
Stories start to get bigger and
and
better.
then, you know, that
You kicked him in the face when he was on the ground.
no, I stalked him outside the house and stuff.
You up a tree looking in his window.
Looking in St. Coleman's Fold in the wonder.
Right. We're just batter on these questions.
Tribataka.
Dicey Riley, big hen.
Oh, lovely big fella.
Uh-huh.
He's like your boy, the ghost,
One of the boys.
isn't he? The
Oh,
boy
the
down
ghost?
the train station. I know the
Oh,
boy.
fuck. Jesus Christ.
So he is. No, sorry,
He's
I'm only messing him.
the Hills of Ice.
No, he's like your man out of fucking Home Alone.
Aye.
Aye, he is a
You're
bit
right.
too. Aye, Macaulay Culkin.
No, the old boy with a fucking spade at the end.
So this
Macaulay
is a
Culkin.
question for all, I suppose.
Michael Jackson used to wear Macaulay
What is the
Culkin
best?
face
You love us.
mask.
So Hen wants to know what is
That's
the
true.
best 1 or 2 line insult you've ever paid a person.
Oh, the best 2-line insult.
1 or 2 line insult you've ever.
Fuck me, I don't know.
Do you and Jazz ever have a face off?
Jazz is yeah. There's one. I don't know if you've realised this, right? But say the likes of Blee, for example, is somebody you never see him and John Venables in the one room.
No, same person.
You never see Jazz and Mario in the one room.
A lot of people won't get that joke,
I
but
don't know, that's fucking accurate. That is fucking accurate.
yes. Sorry, man.
Jazz too old fashioned and fucking. If she said to me to do a podcast, they just look at you. What's that? The wireless? Fuck off.
He's a man of his time. Jazz's feller John was a chair of the council. One stage he wore behind the time he wore the hard hat and the baseball bat. They start out all the fucking rows at the
No.
council. Aye, did they? It was all over the
Jazz
world.
out boy.
Jazz's father.
His uncle too was a big councillor.
Aye, James. And then you had
Wild size of heads on
the
them.
bear, massive.
Oh, big ones.
That's the Harry Kane syndrome.
Head of the town. I thought they were all
so-
from, but none of them lived up there. It was just their nicknames.
They do have a big skull.
I remember one insult that our Terry got when he was in America. We always thought, fuck, your man took a risk. Your man was shouting up the scaffolding to do whatever work he was doing, and then he's being a cheeky bastard. I don't know. This whole argument, and Terry says, it was something about, he says something about his granny. My granny, or something like that. Fuck up, or I'll fucking raid your granny or something. No, something like that. And Terry went, hey, my granny's dead. And I just said back to him, well, I'll dig her up and stick it in her eye socket.
That's a bit much.
You know what I mean?
That's a bit
On
much.
the site.
What about the boys? What about the boys on Facebook that heard their grannies on Facebook for oh granny? I hope I see you in heaven.
Oh Jesus! See the ones that take a picture with a hand in the hand.
I just feel like shouting at the fucking screen. There's no
to
Wi-Fi.
go?
There's no Wi-Fi in heaven, you stupid cunt.
I don't know.
It's
But
fucking awful.
I always get the thing like
Are
see.
you religious?
I'm an atheist.
I'm agnostic.
I'm agnostically atheistical. I just don't believe in a god. Like, I mean, there's
Reluctant.
about
atheist?
3,000
Do you believe
gods.
in? Would you believe in aliens?
There's about 3,000 gods, right? You believe in God,
No.
right? Well, say you did.
Well, I'm more put back by the Catholic Church.
But say you did believe in God, right? There's 3,000 gods that exist, in different variations and stuff,
Yeah.
right? If you believed in God, I only don't believe in one more God than you. You know what I mean? Like, so
I know
he's right, but what
I know,
he's saying,
but you could believe in someone that this God had a white Jesus couldn't come to fucking an Apache Indian. Do you know what I mean?
well,
Do you know what? Maybe it's the way that you. It started too many handlings, religion.
it's fucking awful. I hate it.
I believe there's aliens. There's someone out there.
Hey man, I listened to that podcast.
How could you not think there's aliens? Have you been in the Blackbird in Derry?
Rough.
Hey, they were talking about like Graham Hancock one about the DMT.
Graham, what did I call him?
Matt Hancock,
Matt.
the boy that's on Celebrity Committee.
lovely
Hey, about
man.
they all see
The
the.
mass murder.
Was it you talking about it? The DMT.
There was a civilization before we thought it started.
Aye, but the interesting thing was the DMT. DMT, if you smoke DMT, it's about a 12-minute trip, and you enter like a parallel universe, and just as about you're working things out, you come back at it. So, like, there's some college now in Harvard or something are intravenously keeping them under for like an hour, but they're all seeing the same thing. Like everybody sees the same thing. They're talking to these machine elves or something.
There's the Cleopatra thing comes into the scene too. Apparently that Cleopatra dress is something everybody sees when they're DMTing.
Well, there's a lot of
So
them.
that's where that style came out of. Boys were taking it back in the day.
Because your mom was like, we're going
So
to...
boy said he felt he was away for 6 months, meeting people and had whole a life, and then came back.
But the civilization thing, they went under the pyramids, and there may have been like an ancient... like
Vibrating thing,
the thing that lifts, and they've
a
patented
technology,
that they've brought back,
I spent
and it works
and it cuts stone and vibrates them and lifts
and
them.
lifts them,
Man.
I spent 6
and
months.
they're hiding it.
I spent 6 months one weekend in Siam. I fucking felt like it anyway. Owns
The
Orleans.
old Siam Mills,
The craft village.
land of the pedos.
The craft village. Oh, well,
Hey.
come here. That's a bit like a bit out of order there now.
That's where they put them.
That is
it?
quite a few.
That's one of the places.
Really?
You look at the list.
Hotspot.
I remember hearing a story. I don't know if it's true or not.
Don't you walk slowly through saying anyway, because
Well, I
or hang
remember.
round parks.
I remember
you know what
hearing a story of a certain gentleman who will remain nameless, Rex Herdman, who used to pay young boys to catch shite in a jam jar. He would climb up a tree, and he would shite down into the jam.
No,
Yeah.
I would have played that game. Would have been good.
You might have to.
You're
Cut,
bound to get in the face.
you might have to cut that one.
Umbrella.
You might. You might have to cut that one out. Like.
No, we don't cut to.
I did a popular
Cut that, cut
podcast
that, cut that.
last week in Belfast.
No.
I was going out and I was driving down the road like that. Oh, fuck.
Well,
They're probably always the
wasn't-
good ones, but
I wasn't
the ones
aware.
you're like,
I
oh,
wasn't aware of that. I thought that was Claddy.
Claddy. Claddy's a dump. Is it not?
No, Claddy's. I like Claddy.
Remember Claddy dump?
I like Claddy, and I've
Why
got
did we call it
friends-
Claddy dump? But it was nowhere near Claddy.
I know.
Claddy Road.
Why the
It was just
seagulls?
called Claddy dump.
Why the seagulls have such big wings?
Why do you never see a baby seagull or
Why
a
does-
baby pigeon?
Why the seagulls have such big wings?
Go.
They beat Neil Edwards to the dump.
Anybody listening in America, Neil Edwards lives in the dump.
No, he doesn't.
He does. Stig calm.
Edwards, I apologise profusely.
Because he can battery.
He's not 80. He's not 80.
No, he's under 80.
If you look at Edwards, it would put you in mind to believe in aliens. Would it? Fucking head him. His eyes are the side of his head.
No, I wouldn't have.
He blinks that way.
He was supposed to cut my grass for me, like, but I haven't seen him in months.
Ugh, forget about it.
No, he's useless.
Probably drink
If you want a house fucking tumbled, or if you want, if you want
to catch shite from somebody from a fucking tree with a fucking cup, give Edwards a shout.
That's jam jar.
There's more questions, boys.
There is, because we're an hour there.
We're not. Quick then, get them.
And that question's for that was the last one. So what's it say? What would you have written on your gravestone?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I would. For fuck's sake!
See you next Tuesday.
Well, so Polly Connolly says he's going to have in small, real, tiny writing. You have to go up and really bend on the seats. Get off my balls. Stop stepping on my balls or something like that.
I don't know.
Fuck the begrudgers.
I don't think I'll have a grave.
He says you can't say you're getting cremated either. You can't get out.
Can I ask who said that? Hen?
Big hen.
Does he ask 2 questions?
He doubled up.
He's a greedy bastard.
Greedy here, but I'll tell you what, we appreciate it because no cunts ever send us questions.
No, I've got a few today.
I actually written the Patreon. Look what cunt's coming on. We've got about 5 questions straight away.
Well, I don't know. Here lies a global warrior.
Yeah.
You laughing at, you cunt.
And a picture of you.
Global warrior, like not even.
Oh fuck!
International man.
I'm an international.
What would you have now on your?
Here lies a global warrior.
Just by mouth.
Nah, I don't see you like that.
I do.
I
you
know
have to be long. 100 episodes. 101. Room 101. That can't.
I don't know. Something like that. Here lies a global warrior, a man of immense.
Made the world a better place.
And then, sweetheart of Jesus.
Just the way you press the button.
You
push down Mary's head.
What about your man?
Sweetheart of Jesus.
Just sweetheart of Jesus. And it's me singing it. Or guitars, Cadillacs.
Fascists out
guitars and Cadillacs. Every time you walk past it, just start singing.
And at the end it just says fascists out, air touch.
Brilliant.
Fascists out.
Here, we'll go one each.
Go ahead.
Conor McLaughlin asks, can you ask him, does he mind the 11-a-side match for Pop when young Ray McColgan shouldered him off the ball, breaking his collarbone?
I do remember that. I do. Thank you.
Did you play?
And by the way, Conor is a paramedic, and I think putting that up as a question about a man injuring himself it's something that he needs to take a good long hard look at himself, to be honest, because I will be reporting him to the ambulance service now for making fun of my fucking
there you go, Conor.
Is it coming back?
It is coming back to me. And you know what you are, Conor? You're a wee fucker. That's what you are for bringing
Conor,
that up.
Conor.
I'll tell you what, big
back
time
off.
now. What is that young Conor? He's not 80. No, leave it.
Did he fall hard?
If he was 80, you'd fight him.
Did you go down in stages? Did you? Was it one of them?
Like I wasn't going particularly fast.
Did you play soccer?
I did. They called me the goal.
Why?
Well, the goal. I was
You
a
only
striker.
scored
I
one
never
goal.
scored one goal. Like,
I can imagine you with the knees all wrapped up.
I was a world class squash player. Like,
I mean, you and fucking Jason
They
thing.
called me the goal. They must.
and of course, we know
You got
every.
that name at the end of your career.
I might have given it to myself. Every hole's a goal. We know
The
that.
fucking goal.
The goal.
Do you remember the goal?
We played a lot of football back in the days.
I can remember. Yeah, you were skinny back then.
Oh, was it fucking?
You look taller too.
Well,
some
you see,
reason.
that's what happens when you get older. You get smaller.
You do get a bit smaller.
They must have squash.
I do actually.
Why'd you stop?
Because
You do
no,
football? Drinking
it's
too
not
much?
that. I got a hip replaced.
That's right.
That's when you get it replaced. That means
No,
you're back.
your man says to me, your man was up and he was sawing away.
No
like,
more professional.
Your man was up and he's fucking hanging like sawing under the bone of the hip, right? And I was lying there. I says to him, go play squash again. And he says, you can't surely. He says, and you'll be back here in 2 years. So fuck that.
Aye, no.
No. And
Right.
plus, I was tortured. Jason O'Neill, the unfucking torturing bastard. He wanted to play me every day of the week.
Aye.
It was
I mean, you
embarrassing.
just have a whole back.
He's a
and
man
forth.
that can't run away from the hips.
It was
Trains like mad.
It was embarrassing.
Mike Carlisle, another comedian. Do you know how to silence a phone?
Is Mike Carlisle? Is he the boy that wears the hat? No.
No.
Is he the boy with
Glasses. He's clean comedian.
Is
Teacher.
he? Oh, he's nice. Like
Aye.
he's right. He's not.
Well, he wouldn't curse or be
Would
dirty.
he not?
Good chance of getting on BBC.
Oh, and fuck yourself, Mike.
Aye.
What an insult that you can't remember who it is. Have you met him?
Hey?
Have you met him?
I don't think so. No,
He
he's
made
probably
a
very
gig.
nice man.
Maybe, I don't know.
Aye.
Well, he knows about the site. Well, he might have seen the video.
I'm
Did the
sorry.
video show the...
I'm sorry about that. Whatever happened. Like,
You'd have time for... Right, ring me now. He said, text the wife, ring me in 2 minutes.
No,
Sean McAlevey.
aye.
He's one of the...
Aye,
Are We podcast.
He's a lovely man.
Sean's coming back in January.
Is he?
After he was brilliant, did an open spot for me. Now he's coming back to
Oh,
do
very
a
good.
support act.
Very good. For who?
Mickey Bartlett.
Mickey.
Mickey coming back now. in
Oh, I
January.
seen he was somewhere else there recently too.
He's doing really well, man.
Some hats or
He went through the fucking troughs. Know what I mean?
Is it
So-
Shane or Sean?
Sean
Aye.
McAlevey.
Aye. Was Shane
He's
Todd?
from...
He's from
I
where?
forget now.
Here, we'll go here. Shane Stewart, how many pubs has he barred from the town? Shane, we don't have time. We're running.
None is the correct answer. In fact, I was in Dixie's the other day.
Yo!
Yeah.
Was Pete there? Was Pete away or what? Is he on
Pete was
holiday?
behind the bar, and I was in along with my friend Sean Faulkner. A shout out to Sean and Kathleen. Sean's
Did they
visibly
serve you a
impaired.
pint?
I got 3 or 4.
Oof, are you back then?
I was never not. We never fell out. Or
You went in
nothing.
a huff just.
No, I barred myself. It's a new concept.
I
It's a
should
new-
have fucking took that on board.
You
It's
should.
like a diet.
It is actually, and I found
It's a good
myse-
fee.
It's head. It clears your head. In many
Tell me,
ways.
it's hard trying to find a new watering hole. Christie's was sort of mine. If I had one, I
Amsterdam.
didn't really. That's yours, like that was yours
I
for
used
years.
to go to Christie's all the time before. It was Tommy Faulkner got the bar, and then Tommy passed. He was a lovely man, and Tommy asked
You
me
were
to
in
come
there, where
back.
Skipper was in there.
I was in, but I was up then in the pool bar with Pop,
Right.
the wee legend.
I heard a
Pop
few
McGeehan.
stories up there. You were.
Oh, I know. It was
You were bad up
At all, fucking bad. Bad's not the word for it. Like, I used to stick £20 notes to my forehead, shouting at boys, "Come on, get that, daddy!" No,
Sean McAlevey. Then we haven't asked this question. He says, "Has the big man got any superstitions?"
I do. No.
Gods.
No, I do, actually, I do. You would be superstitious about not doing dishes
Magpies is mine.
and about trying as much as I possibly can not to
Wash
do-
dishes or
do any-
whoever.
You're a misogynist type guy.
Not in the slightest. No, I just the house is.
You're
a
just
habit.
allergic to that kind of fucking.
I'm very much.
As long as the wife does it, you're happy enough.
very much on the carpets.
Oh, I've seen that, ladies and gentlemen. He's hadn't hit the bar this weekend because I got new carpet in the hall and the stairs. Very comfortable
Very
carpet.
excited about the whole.
And what you
thing.
say, it's like walking on what?
Fat man's belly or a bowl of jelly.
So you've walked on fat men's bellies. So
And
Hairy,
bowls of
fat
jelly.
man's bellies.
I know it's been a really fucking brilliant weekend for us. Like, you know, up in Bellevue, like, you know, it's
Up in the
we had-
suburbs.
yeah, we had family and all around.
shoes off at the
shoes
door,
off.
bare feet.
Yeah, no.
What do you think?
What do you think?
They'll just stand looking.
And
Start a Die
and
Hard.
your man and all says, you know, when he was laying it, and all, he says, "That's great underlay."
Right, here's more of a philosophical one. Eamon,
Underlay.
You should have done that.
here's a more philosophical one. Eamon Duffy. As an outsider, what do you think of the human race?
Good
I think
question.
well, somebody has to want it.
There will be a lot
Oh,
better.
some of the jokes in this podcast are shite, folks. I do apologise. It's fucking.
Class.
What do you think of the human race? I think the human race is eating itself alive.
You're right. I think the earth would be better if there was no humans in it. Just all animals doing
This
their thing.
wokeness fucking shite is.
No, I genuinely, it's not about that, right? It's just like the system that we all live under is this consumer system that everybody wants a new iPhone, they want
Yeah.
a new fucking pair of
Things.
shoes. They want things all the time, and it's that's fucking eating us alive. Like the human race would be much better off, you know, without fucking chasing after.
Somebody put a cracker meme.
But then you're saying that too. But then you're also addicted to your phone, and like
see, you don't want to work, right?
We all do it.
See, you don't want to work, right? You shouldn't have to work, right? You shouldn't have to work, in my view.
Well, you're about universal.
I think
we've
been conditioned into debt.
Money. What is money?
Yeah, we've been conditioned into debt. So you buy a house. You don't have council houses anymore. You buy a mortgage. You get a mortgage. You get a car. You get this. You get that. Right. All of a sudden, you can't go on strike. All of a sudden, you can't stand up for yourself and fucking work because you're fucking indebted to your eyeballs, and you can't turn around to a HR manager saying, "No, fuck you. Shove your job up your hole." Right. And that's all they do with the system. Yeah. Simple as that.
I always think that. No, people are saying they're in debt to whatever. Like. And that's why everything's going up.
But there is them people like, it's not me.
What does that mean?
But there's people. But there's people just like get credit cards and max them out, and just make sure you can't take a wee. Fuck it.
But who does? I agree with that. And but who does Rishi Sunak and the British government? Who do they owe the money to?
Exactly.
They owe the money to the Bank of England, and the Bank of England is an arm of the state.
As in London, like an independent country.
They can quantitatively ease. They printed fucking multi-billions for the lockdown. They can print.
If it goes digital now too, you can just add zeros.
It's not even. They're not printing money. It's digital fucking cash. Like so,
it's numbers.
It's numbers. Like it's the whole thing. The whole concept of capitalism and fucking the system that we're fucking living under is an absolute fucking shit fest. There's no other way to describe it. No. It's a shit fest.
And see what you're on about addictions of things. Somebody put a cracker meme up, and it was 2 photos. And the left photo was people that are working class and not doing well or not really earning much, but they've got the most expensive coat, most expensive phone, shoes, jeans, and then you flip over to the multi-billionaire and they're just wearing like tracksuit bottoms and a t-shirt. They don't care about them sort of things. They just build their money and money and money. And then they rely on this boy on this side to spend on all the shit they create.
I think anybody that thinks that billionaires are smart should just take a good long hard look at Elon Musk, and what he's done since he arrived on the Twitter. He has fucking took that.
What's changed about Twitter that everybody's got on about? I just want for luck. He sacked half the staff to start with, and then he threatened the other half that they had to change their terms and conditions of service to suit his agenda.
Is the Irish government saying he has to come back into the line of the Irish unemployment law? He just can't.
Well, that's really what he needs to be doing.
Was there a lot of Irish? Were they based
500 jobs in Dublin?
Twitter and Facebook are all over fucking Dublin. In fact, I was on one of the Facebook owns.
Where's Facebook? Have they got a place? Because I need to get my fucking Strabanter page back and I'm knocking their doors.
They're down at Dublin 4 there near.
Are they?
There's 500 jobs in Twitter in Dublin now, and they were locked out of their offices there.
Did you see the day in the life of a Twitter worker? But did you see your woman? Like she did about an hour's work the whole day, and it was all like R&R and relaxation here, and the chef was giving them for their. They must have been some.
Everywhere's shutting down, lads. Everywhere, right? I just heard the other day they're at Allstate are closing. They're not renewing the lease.
Shut up.
Aye. Now that doesn't mean that they're disappearing. It means that they're looking at alternative ways of work. So a lot of people now are working.
They're all home.
We got a tour of Allstate the last day, and they were telling us that they're the first company in the USA that's going outside the USA with their USA with their insurance. They want to insure in America, but now they're going and the rest of the world, so that's probably what they're doing.
Well, no, I mean, the announcement was made there during the week to staff and stuff, like, you know, that they're not going to renew the lease, apparently.
The independent man's fucked, but on it, they're done.
I don't know. There's always room for low-level.
People do support.
I'd prefer to...
Is there still room for entrepreneurship?
No, I think we should shoot them all.
Good.
And hand it over to the fucking state.
Yeah.
And
so do you think Elon Musk is good for Twitter or bad?
Oh, terrible. But good for capitalism, like well, not even good for capitalism, good for people like me.
Do you think
so
he's not smart?
So you can point the finger at the cunt. What?
You say he's not smart?
I didn't say he wasn't smart. I says he's a
just so you can go cunt.
Exactly.
That's why.
But he's like, think about it, right? Twitter has nearly fucking come off. Like they've crashed. And they're fucking nearly in their fucking hole.
I don't understand.
But is that not what he's trying to do? Is he not trying to?
It's a freedom of speech,
or
what?
Do you know how much he spent on it? About 30 billion.
I know it's
the bastard's about.
Should have bought Liverpool instead.
He's about 200 billion in fucking cash.
No,
man, like,
I want the Saudi.
He's got as much money. As
nobody, like, if you wanted to eradicate,
see the richest man in the world now.
If you wanted to eradicate poverty tomorrow, right? 40 billion would do it in a year. And that would be an annual 40 billion. That could eradicate poverty in the next 12 months for 40 billion. And he went and spent it on fucking Twitter instead. Like, so it just shows you, like, he's wealthier than a lot of countries. What the fuck does one man need money like that for?
They don't.
No.
It's mad too, but they not say if you give the same people the same money at the same time, the same ones will get rich and the same ones will...
No, that's bollocks. That's bollocks. A lot of people that are rich, are like the likes of Trump and all, like come through because of the parents and the fucking... You know what I mean? Like, it's
when you have it, then it's
harder
all
to get
about being
rid
an
of.
arsehole and fucking... Right. Pete Giffen. He's the last member of our wee podcast.
Right, Pete.
Pete with the bald head.
Hello, Pete.
Pete says, how much would it take to get Brian on a TV advert for Night Nurse?
Not much, to be honest. I brought the night nurse for Bill's colds. The night nurse. Night nurse cold remedy relieves tickly cough, sore throat, runny nose, headaches, shivers, and so aids restful sleep. All in one little measure. Marvellous. Now, off to bed. Night nurse. The all-in-one nighttime cold treatment from Beecham's. Night nurse. Certainly lives up to its name.
What am I missing?
I'm snapping that there. I'm clapping
What
that.
am I missing?
We're clapping that. We're clapping that fucking...
What are you missing, lad?
What's this?
Did you not listen to the question? Could you not do an advertisement for Night Nurse?
All right.
And I did it, like...
You did it?
Oh, I thought it was like an unjoke or something.
You didn't listen to the question, did you? See, you are cunt to like that. It's all about you.
No, it's not. It's not about Cookie. It can't be. It can't be.
Kieran Franco.
I thought it was an unjoke between...
I thought I asked his question, but we were on about him just.
He's like...
he loves you. He says, a 60-year-old man wearing a check shirt tucked into his underpants before he did a bit.
Correct.
Nags, under the nags.
Straight into the pants, just.
He's like
I could see you getting dressed. It's pants, then shirt, tuck into pants, then trousers.
Franco's like Alec Jones in a 70s porn movie, like.
He's got the wee moustache and
everything. No, it's fucking frightening, like.
I want to know Brian Forbes. I want to know Brian Forbes' Chinese order. Does he go all out spring rolls, the works?
I don't like Chinese.
Oh, Jesus.
Racist.
I'm a lasagna man.
Get the Italians stick through.
I fucking like I could eat lasagna for my breakfast, for lunch.
Aye.
Swear to
Do you
God.
eat cheese on it?
I could eat, like, as long as it's
My
lasagna.
mother-in-law makes the best lasagna I've ever tasted in my life.
Balls.
Siri, I'm telling you.
I do.
I wouldn't mind a wee slice.
I'll bring you down a slice.
100%.
Do you like
Like
pubic
Nanya?
hair?
I need cheese on
Do you
it.
like pubic hair?
Like Nanya?
You get your man up the tree to fucking send him ingredients. Terry Hood, last question.
Oh, she's nice, man.
Brian told me he liked my first night in the boiler room. And ever since I've sent him loads of nudes, and he never calls. Why?
Terry scares me.
Aye.
He scares me. Like,
Terry's a rare boy.
I like him. I have to say, I do like him. But, you know, he does scare me.
Aye.
In fact, I wouldn't want
He's
to
got that vacant stare sometimes.
I wouldn't, Terry, I'm no harm to you, but I hope I'm never stuck in the lift with you. I mean that genuinely, like.
And that's not
for any protracted period of time where
question.
we might have to eat one another or something, like, you know, or something like that. But,
You're running that one.
well, I've more body fat, like, if that's what you mean.
You just see him turn into a big lasagna, just.
Anyway.
That was brilliant, Brian. And you were hitting
some terrible jokes on there.
Aye.
See, it's crack now. You should fucking try it sometime, you bastard. You know.
Are you ever, just out of curiosity, are you ever going to do a bit of stand-up?
No interest.
Have you not?
He critiques enough, but
Oh no, he's good at that.
Brilliant critiquer.
It'd be nice, to see you.
Is
up
this
there.
not enough? Are you not entertained?
Oh no, very much so. Like, you're good, but it would be lovely to see you up there so I could fire something like you.
we'll have to be back, Brian, definitely, if you're up for it.
Oh, I know, bother. Anytime.
We'll get the
anytime.
crack going again and do your noise again.
That's
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Remember, folks,
Hold
he
on.
said that there's touch.
Yeah,
What
you
about
forgot to
you?
do. You forgot to do
Fucking
your
yes.
Santa Claus.
Keeping that on there.
I always forget that. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Just a wee shout out to anybody in Strabane surrounding areas. We're doing the Christmas Santa appeal again. Sorting out a load of families and children that'll go without. Give a little, they help a lot. Last year was really good, but this year's really... we could do a lot of help, Brian, couldn't we?
Oh, yes, amigo.
Yeah, good man. So, I need to actually list out the places.
Right, come on now.
Come on, you're up in there. So
Do you know what I mean? It's just me all over. Hey? So these are the shops in Strabane, ladies and gentlemen. What'd you do?
Cookie Monster.
I hope you understand.
Do you hear it?
I've been thinking about this all day long.
Erica.
Never had a feeling quite this strong.
He sounds like a bad singer.
You wanna know why?
You know
Still
how
there.
you turn me on.
4 o'clock this morning, they sent me out or something.
I
About it
want to
tomorrow.
be
Right.
your
Right,
man.
so, I just want to...
If you don't get this going, now I'm going.
The Strabanticos 22, the places and shops you can leave off any toys. They have to be new. We don't want old toys. We don't want torture wet. And they'll go to... We make sure to go directly to families in need in this town of Strabane. And it's in Asda, the Dare Road Shop, Castletown Stores, Dino's Pet Shop out the Lifford Road,
It's not Dano's, no.
Dano's
Right.
Pet Shop out the Lifford Road.
Sorry.
That's your
Right, let's
Mexican
go,
accent.
let's go.
Go
The
on.
Fountain Street Community Centre, Spring Hill Community Centre, and Christie's Bars. Christie's Bar.
Christie's Bars.
No dildos.
Jesus, that was one of the best. We're going to clip this too, so listen, help your town
Yeah, please.
without the
What's
frown.
you guys looking away at the camera? Fucking gays. Bye!